Greetings. Today I'm going to tell the story of the Logan sapphire. This sapphire came to the museum for one reason only. Its owner wanted to forget her past with it as soon as possible. To this day, this stone remains the second among the largest sapphires in the world. In the exposition of the National Museum of Natural History of the United States, it has no equal, even though next to it lie precious necklaces that can deprive robbers and jewelers of peace. So, let's start with the stone. It was finitely discovered in Sri Lanka, but exactly when is not clear. Usually the newspapers of the 20th century immediately reported on large specimens found, but here, silence. Not a single journalist told about the discovery of a sapphire, weighing almost 423 carats and the size of a large hen's egg. Most likely, the stone was found much earlier and just kept this information in secret. The approximate dating will help to calculate the cut. We know that the cushion shape, which this sapphire received, appeared in the Shi century. So it is likely that the stone was found at that time. The purpose of the cut is to make the stone more saturated, emphasizing its ability to glow with an inner radiance. But here's the problem: this sapphire is unusually bright in its own right. For many years there were those who called it a synthetic fake. They said that nature itself cannot create such a miracle, so there is definitely a flaw in it, which jewelers hide. The point in the debate about the purity of our hero sapphire was set by experts of the Gemological Institute of the USA. In 1997, they confirmed its natural purity using the latest equipment. For the first time, sapphire was presented to the public at the World Exhibition of 1939-1940 in New York. The pavilions of the participating countries were visited by 44 million people who saw the latest achievements of mankind, such as nylon fabric and the first television sets. 11 years after the exhibition, the stone fell to a diplomat from Washington, D.C., Meyer Robert Guggenheim, whose family ranks with the Rothschilds and Rockefellers. The billionaire purchased the sapphire as a gift for his wife Rebecca. The occasion was a double Catholic Christmas and the 14th wedding anniversary. By that time the stone had already found its setting, a gold and silver brooch studded with 24 small diamonds totaling 16 carats. We don't know the amount of the transaction, but Rebecca's impressions have been preserved. This is not a stone that can be worn carelessly, she will tell journalists many years later. The couple led a social life, so Rebecca had plenty of reasons to wear a magnificent sapphire. Each appearance of Mrs. Guggenheim in a magnificent outfit, decorated with the famous stone, was accompanied by a real sensation. In short, all would be well, if not for one, but. Over the years of marriage, Meyer Robert Guggenheim steadily did not miss a single skirt. Girls, agreeing to be alone with a billionaire, socialite and successful diplomat was enough. However, anything serious was out of the question. One can only wonder how much mental strength cost Rebecca to keep the marriage. She maintained the illusion of a happy family life in society, stubbornly turning a blind eye to women's hair and traces of lipstick. She smiled while swallowing her tears and kept her back straight. The cheating ended in 1959. The unfaithful husband died, and Rebecca began to get rid of everything that reminded her of him. It was hardest to part with a brooch, in the center of which shone a delightful sapphire. The stone did not let her go. In 1960, Rebecca Guggenheim sold her favorite jewel to the Smithsonian Institution, which runs the National Museum of Natural History. The curator of the mineral collection was her good friend Jeffrey Post, so the matter was handled behind the scenes. Post asked the widow if she felt bad about getting rid of nature's masterpiece. "Every time I looked at it," Rebecca shook her head, "all I could think of was my unfit cheating husband." Still, the widow had to stare at the stone for many more years. The process of transferring the sapphire dragged on until 1971. The museum paid the value of the stone in installments over several years. By the time the last cent was paid, Rebecca Guggenheim had already settled her personal life and turned into Rebecca Logan. That's why the stone is presented on the museum's exhibit as Logan and not Guggenheim. Agree, in the fact that the stone was given by the second husband, and it is named in honor of the third, lies a striking irony of fate. Thank you for watching.